Are you thinking about moving to Lexington Park, Maryland? Watch this video before you make any decisions. Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Rob Scow and I'm with eXp Realty here in Southern Maryland. If this is your first time on our channel, we love to help people move down to Southern Maryland. So if you're looking to do that, if it sounds like something you're doing, if you're PCSing in Pax River, if you're just moving here for a job on base, whatever it is, make sure you reach out to me and I can help you make that move a lot easier. Use that contact information below, text me, call me, anything you want, and I'd be happy to help. Also, if you want, you can actually scroll down to the first comment, click on the link, and it will schedule a Calendly meeting with me so we can have a one-on-one Zoom conference about what you need when you're moving to Southern Maryland. And last but not least, if this content's helpful and you haven't yet, make sure you click the subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified every single time we put out new content about moving to Southern Maryland. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started today. Like I said at the beginning, today's going to be all about Lexington Park, and I'm specifically going to go over 7 things that Lexington Park is not. So if you're looking to move to Lexington Park and you're kind of wondering if it's a great fit for you, I'm going to give you some data from niche.com and other places that kind of tells you what Lexington Park is not. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're going to do 7 of them. My number 7 thing is that Lexington Park is not a highly ranked place for young professionals. Now, I will say that there are jobs available. One of the biggest things that, that is a hindrance to it being, a great place for young professionals is the diversity of jobs. But Pax River is a huge job center for a lot of people that want to work for that government complex and some of the contractors and stuff like that. But that being said, niche.com ranks it 240 out of 498 towns in Maryland as far as a place for young professionals. And they base it on things like, like I said before, what jobs are available, but also other millennials that are around, things to do outside of just work, and just kind of the opportunities for those younger professionals. It's not surprising to me because there's not a whole bunch of nightlife. There's not a whole bunch of stuff to do for younger people right around Lexington Park. So it's not surprising that it's ranked in the bottom half to me. But I don't know if I see that as a whole huge con for young professionals. If you're a young professional looking to work for the government, but you also like the outdoors, you like to be on the water, you like to go fishing and crabbing and that kind of stuff, you might not care about the nightlife and things like that. Maybe that's what you want as a young professional, and maybe you just don't fit that stereotypical, mold of the young professional millennial that's looking for a certain type of thing. So while it's ranked low, and that's something that I would consider it not being the best place for most young professionals, it might be the right fit for you. All right, so the number 6 thing that Lexington Park is not, Lexington Park, especially like kind of the neighborhoods around it, is not a place where you feel like you can sprawl out as much. In other places in St. Mary's County, you can have bigger lots. I'm thinking of like Hollywood and Mechanicsville, and even out into 7th District, which is like, those areas in those areas in northern St. Mary's County where you could really find 1, 2, 3 acre lots easily with homes on them and really be able to kind of sprawl out. And some people choose to move to St. Mary's County or choose to come to St. Mary's County because of the chance of having, a less crowded lifestyle. So Lexington Park really isn't that. Lexington Park, you're going to find a lot of smaller houses, you're going to find apartments, you're going to find townhomes. And so Lexington Park is not that place to kind of spread out, but that's not a bad thing. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you want to be in a smaller area with a smaller lot, or have that 0 lot living, meaning you have nothing to take care of other than what's, in your home itself. And that can be really attractive to some people. Number 5 thing that Lexington Park is not, Lexington Park is not starved for shopping opportunities. So as far as St. Mary's County goes, Lexington Park is definitely kind of the center of all of our shopping. I guess technically California, Maryland also, which is right next to it, would have a lot of the shops too. But for the most part, Lexington Park and California, right there next to each other, is where all of the shopping that you're going to be doing, on a weekly or daily basis is going to be done, because you have everything right there between Lowe's and, Target and Walmart and all that stuff, dentistry or dentist office, and just everything's kind of right in that area, right off of 235. And it's really the centrally located area. So it's definitely not a place that, you're gonna, like I said before, you're just not gonna have as much space because there's so much stuff around you. So it's nice in some ways to have all that stuff there. For me, I like being out in the country a little bit more. But maybe for you, that's like that perfect thing where it's like, I want to be, 2-minute drive to Target, 2-minute drive to California. And then I want to pop over to the dentist's office and get my kids' braces on and not spend literally 3 hours. If that was my commute, it would literally be the whole day that I'd be driving around to all these different places because I'm further away from that Lexington Park, California area. It just would take me so much more time. So Lexington Park is definitely not a place that you would want to be if you wanted to be away from that shopping, but if you wanted to be right in the middle of it, that's where you want to. So the number 4 thing that Lexington Park is not, according to niche.com, it's not the area with the top rated school in St. Mary's County. Now, it is the 3rd ranked area in St. Mary's County. Number 1, according to niche.com, is Leonardtown. Number 2 is actually just to the, just up the road from Lexington Park, and that's California. And then number 3 would be Lexington Park. So it's not, all the way ranked down there, but it is 3rd. And so it can be kind of tough because, like we're about to get to it in a second here, the home prices are really great in Lexington Park. But some of those, if you're someone that's looking for one of the top school systems or one of the top schools in the St. Mary's County area, according to niche.com, you might want to look at Leonardtown or California based on the rankings they use. All right, so then number 3 was what I was alluding to. Home prices are another thing that you kind of want to watch out for. So number 3, something that Lexington Park is not. Lexington Park is not a market that's really overpriced. Now, it's one of the most affordable markets in St. Mary's County, and honestly, it's one of the most affordable in all of Southern Maryland. Now, there's a few reasons for that. Single-family homes go for less than areas like Leonardtown in California, and some people feel it's because of the rankings of the schools that I talked about just on the last point there, with Leonardtown being number 1 and California being number 2. But also, it's not just the fact of that, it's that there's so many different housing types in Lexington Park. You have those apartments, you have the townhomes and the single family homes kind of mixing together, and all those different price points kind of bring it down to that median that we see that makes it one of the most affordable areas in St. Mary's County and also Southern Maryland. All right, so the number 2 thing that Lexington Park is not a place that is light on traffic. So it's not as bad as other areas. Like, it's not as bad as Waldorf. It's not as bad as, especially the capital region and stuff like that. But with the projected growth that's supposed to be coming to the county because the increase of people coming to base and things like that, 235 is the main road right through Lexington Park. And with all the traffic lights, and especially when base gets out or other rush hour times, it can get a little annoying. It is not nearly as bad as other areas. I grew up in Annapolis and lived around that capital region, and that traffic was unimaginably bad at times. I can remember sitting for 45 minutes on Forest Drive in Annapolis just to go about a mile. It may add 10, 15 minutes on your trip sometimes if you're leaving base and you're going towards going north on 235, especially if you're going over the Solomons Island and the Solomons Island Bridge. That can get backed up. Or if you're someone that's coming into base in the morning, it can add 20, 30 minutes on your commute at times. But they do a really good job of staggering entrance, of staggering when people come on base. And also with telework now, it's not nearly as bad. But that being said, Lexington Park is definitely one of the more trafficy areas in St. Mary's County specifically. So the number 1 thing that I'm going to say Lexington Park is not a place where, I'm kind of thinking towards like Waldorf, where it's a bedroom community where people are leaving Lexington Park and going and working in DC or going and working in other places. Lexington Park's not that. And for the most part, most people that live in Lexington Park work in Lexington Park. And there can be some great community feel around Lexington Park too. There's some really great organizations throughout Lexington Park. There's the Willow Rec Center, which is a really cool new place that has, live boxing on weekends. It has, great stuff for kids to do and fun things for kids to do. And the sports that the Parks and Rec is putting on, all that kind of stuff. There's some great stuff, some great community events that go on in Lexington Park. There's a playhouse there, the Newtown Players, that are just awesome too. So there's so much stuff in there. So don't think just because we're near a base, the Lexington Park is near a base, or near Waldorf, which is a bedroom community, or DC's so close that people are just getting out of Lexington Park and commuting somewhere else. That's not the case. Lexington Park has its own little flair, its own little uniqueness, and there's definitely a community there that you could be a part of. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful. If you have any questions or need any help, make sure you use that contact information below. Reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you make the decision moving down to Southern Maryland, and specifically Lexington Park in St. Mary's County. And if you want, you can scroll down to that first comment, click on the link in the comment below, and then you will schedule a meeting with me, a Zoom meeting with me, and we can talk about your buying needs. And last but not least, if you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified every single time we put out new content about moving to Southern Maryland. Hope to see you on the next video.